Interest rates now hovering around 7.125%. Homes are still being stubborn in terms of price. And are we seeing an early shift in seasonality? We're talking about all that and more as we look at the latest market stats here for housing in Metro Atlanta, and we're doing it right now. Let's do it. If this is your first time on this channel and you want to know all the things there are to know about Atlanta, including the latest housing numbers, then don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like and notification buttons down below. My name is Jonathan McCoy. I'm constantly getting in contact with people just like you, looking to make that move here to Atlanta, the Metro Atlanta area, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're making that move right now, a month from now, or a year from now, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd love to talk with you more about your real estate needs. My contact information is in the description below. Well, we're quickly approaching the end of 2023, and it's been a pretty steady year. And there's been a theme for this year, and that's fewer. Fewer homes, fewer buyers, fewer solds. And while in many parts of the US we've seen a drop in home values, that's not the case here in Atlanta. So we're gonna jump into the numbers in just one second. One of the interesting things I've noted is that for this year, we started at 7% interest rates starting in January, and it looks like we're gonna end the year right at around 7% interest rates. So the first thing we're gonna look at is this year-over-year trend. So the latest numbers from November 2023, we take a look back to last year, and as we see, less actives, less pending, less sold. It's been the trend all year, hasn't changed in November on it. Interesting thing enough is the supply is actually the same, 2.9 months of inventory. And even though we have less active homes, we actually have less sellers too. And it just happens to be that when you calculate that out, the months of inventory have stayed the same. The one thing that has changed though is home prices. Home prices are up 5.9% from last year. They were at $415,500 last year. We're now at $440,000. So interesting there. Again, I've said that home prices throughout the US and a lot of places have dropped, not here in Atlanta. We still have enough buyers out there to make some competition to where home sellers just don't have to drop their prices right now. And we can see that in the median sales to list price ratio, where the home seller is getting 97.7% of their sales to list price ratio. Still a high percentage there. Days on market, 24 days. So when people are putting it on, it's still selling relatively fast compared to what's a normal market. So still very much a seller's market out there. Definitely got some talking points at the end of this for some personal experiences and talking with other agents about this, so stay tuned for that. Next thing here, we're gonna jump to the 6 months trend report. So this is what's happened over the last 6 months for single family detached homes throughout Atlanta and the metro area. We can see again, actives have gone up. This is showing that seasonality. When you come over here to November, we're now at 7,573 actives when we were at 6,365 in June. Number of pendings has gone down. Again, not unusual to happen. The pending ratio is at 33.3%. Number of solds in November was 2,573. Again, numbers go down. Nothing unusual about that. So all these numbers are pretty similar. Failed listings, this is ones that went on the market, didn't sell, have come off. So 37% of the homes out there have not sold and come off the market. So there still are some homes not selling. With that said, there's still a possibility of deals, and again, we'll talk about that in a bit, but not a ton of deals. But if you're patient and wait and look around, there can be some found out there. 2.9 months of inventory, as I said, and then look at the median sales price. Was at $465,000, now we're at $440,000. That actually is a smaller drop than I expected. In seasonality, usually you do have some drop in the median sales price. From $465,000, I would expect it to gone down to like $425,000, $420,000. So a little surprised it's stayed stronger than expected. And now we're just gonna jump to the months of inventory when it comes to price ranges. And as I talked about before, that 300 to that 500 price range, that's where majority of buyers are looking at. Majority of homes that come up, that's where they're at. And we're looking at 2.7 months of inventory up to 2.6 months of inventory, or around 2.6 in there. So you can see 2.7, 2.6 from 350 to 400 to 2.8, then to 2.6. Very much a seller's market, very much a lot of competition at those price ranges. you don't see a buyer's market until we get up here to the 2 million plus. And you can see an even market here at 1.5 to 2 million. So if I get a lot of calls from investors like, hey, where can I find a deal at? Well, unless you're wanting to go in that 2 million plus range, you're not finding too many deals. Few exceptions to that, but not too many. With all that said, jump to this chart. There's a lot of numbers on this chart here. But what I really want to point out is this, again, breaks it down into price ranges. And you can see the place where most homes and most active number of homes and the most number of sold is right here between $400,000 and $500,000, which makes sense. The median sales price is $440,000. It would make sense that most of the homes are selling in that range. So 1,382 active, 675 pending, and sold is 527 in that range. And we see that they go down from there. I'm going to jump quickly to the attached homes. These are condos and townhomes. I jumped to this because I've shared before. I think these have a less hit on seasonality. So you get a kind of a little bit better feel. I mean, there's some seasonality, but not as much of what's happening in our market here. And you can see, again, active's gone up, pendings have gone down, except for October went down and then jumped up a little bit here in November, which is interesting, something I'll share in just a second of what we're seeing in the market. Sold's gone down since June, makes sense. Inventory is actually up to 3.4 months of inventory for attached homes. But look at the sales price. It's quite interesting. We were at 365 in June, went down to 349, and then stayed kind of consistent here in July, August, September, popped back up in October, and have stayed up in November to 359, 950. So collectively, this data is kind of showing what I'm seeing and what other agents have been talking with, and that's this. Homes that are move-in ready, that are just right, that someone can come in, make an offer on, don't have to do anything. So flooring and painting have been done. There's some updates, but it doesn't have to be. It just has to be a nice, clean home. We're seeing that these homes are getting multiple offers when they're priced correctly. Okay, so we have been seeing multiple offers in this market. I have been seeing one of the last homes I listed had 8 offers on it. Price went kind of crazy on that one. Talking with other agents, I've also talked with them and seen that they're seeing similar activity. We're all of a sudden seeing this bump up in December that's not normally the case. Normally, from Thanksgiving to Christmas and into the new year, we see a slowdown. All of a sudden, we've seen a little bit of a jump. That's probably a little bit due to the fact that the rates that were in the high 7s have now come down to 7.125 as of making of this video. And some people with paying some points or with really good credit scores and putting more than 20% or 20% down, they're actually getting below 7 in the 6s. So that is possible. That is probably one of the reasons why we've seen a bump up. But again, there's a lot of buyer buildup that just continues to grow as we get month over month with low inventory and people pushing off purchasing a home. But I think as we get into this next year, we're going to see a little bit of a change in that. With that said, I'm just doing the latest market numbers in this video. Watch for my next video to drop as I'm going to go over what I think is going to happen in 2024. So stay tuned for that video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about this one, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these latest numbers. If you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Again, my contact information is below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.